Playing horror games on Halloween night with the lights off is like switching straight into nightmare mode. This is where the challenge gets real and only the brave will last. If you're ready to prove it, here are 25 horror games that can turn your Halloween night into nightmare mode. The Quarry. Last night of summer camp, 9 teenage counselors ready to head home. But then, the van breaks down and suddenly they're stuck. The woods get darker, shadows start moving, and you realize something out there is hunting. Here, every single choice matters. Do you open the creepy bunker door or stay quiet in the cabin? Do you run or try to save your friend? Even the smallest move can flip the story. QuickTime events hit out of nowhere. Miss one, and someone you care about, gone. The Quarry's got over 180 different endings, which means no two playthroughs are the same. One run, you're the hero. The next, you're the last one screaming. It's not just a game, it's like writing your own slasher movie, and every button press is part of the script. Halloween night is the perfect time to try it. Play The Quarry, turn the lights off, and see who survives until dawn, if you dare.
This isn't a ghost story, it's a creature feature. It's really happening and you're all in it.
Alan Wake 2 is one of those horror games that just crawls under your skin. 13 years after the first game, Alan's still trapped in the dark place, rewriting reality just to survive. At the same time, you play as Saga Anderson, an FBI agent sent to Bright Falls to investigate ritual murders. And little by little, their stories kinda crash into each other. The gameplay leans heavy into survival horror. Low ammo, tense combat, every shot counts. And light, yeah, your flashlight, it's basically your weapon. Shine it at the shadows, burn through the darkness, or you're done. And it's not just monsters chasing you. Sometimes it's whispers in the woods. Sometimes it's just silence that makes you think something's right behind you. What's cool too is Saga's mind place. It's like stepping inside her head, piecing clues together, trying to make sense of the madness. And then switching back to Alan, trapped in this shifting nightmare city, writing scenes that twist reality itself. This Halloween night, enter the shadows of Alan Wake 2. Lights off, if you dare.
I'm forgetting. Something important. Something's not right!
Easy now. First things first. What's your name?
Little Nightmares 3 drags you into The Spiral, a twisted world built from childhood fears and distorted memories. You play as Lo and Alone, 2 kids who only have each other. Lo carries a bow, able to hit switches or cut ropes from a distance. Alone grips a wrench, smashing barriers and twisting broken machines to carve a path forward. The journey is never safe. One moment you're crossing sandy ruins swallowed by silence. The next, you're lost in the Carnivale, a carnival warped into something grotesque, where laughter echoes like screams and every puppet seems alive. Shadows twitch, doors creak, and the air feels heavy with something waiting just out of sight. It's survival through cooperation. You can play online with a friend or solo with an AI companion. Puzzles demand both tools, both minds, and the courage to move through places that were never meant for children. If you're looking for a game to play this Halloween night, step into Little Nightmares 3 and try to escape the spiral with the lights off. Until Dawn takes you to Blackwood Mountain, where 8 friends return to a remote lodge 1 year after 2 of them mysteriously vanished. What begins as a night of reunion quickly twists into something far darker. The snow falls heavy, the wind howls through the trees, and every shadow in the cabin feels like it's hiding something. You'll control each character, moving through icy forests, abandoned mines, and creaking hallways. Every choice matters. Dialogue, paths, even the smallest reaction. A single decision can save someone, or seal their fate. Quick-time events keep you on edge, and the don't move moments are brutal. If your hands shake, the game knows, and your character pays the price. It feels less like playing a game and more like being inside a slasher movie, where you're responsible for who survives until the sun rises. With the PS5 and PC Remake rebuilt in Unreal Engine 5, the tension is sharper, the snow colder, and the fear more real than ever. If you want a true test this Halloween night, play until dawn, alone, lights off, and see if anyone makes it till morning.
Stay put right here until dawn.
Jessica!
You can't let me die!
The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners, Chapter 2, Retribution, throws you back into the ruins of New Orleans, where the dead aren't the only thing to fear. You're still the tourist, but this time the enemies are louder, faster, and far more relentless. The tower is tightening control, factions are clashing in the streets, and somewhere out there, the Axeman stalks the night. It's VR horror at its most brutal. Every swing of an axe, every stab of a blade, every gunshot feels heavy, physical, desperate. New weapons change the fight. A sawed-off shotgun, an SMG, even a roaring chainsaw that cuts through both walkers and silence. But light becomes dangerous too. A flashlight can save you, or it can lead every corpse in the street right to your throat. You'll creep through flooded alleys, crumbling houses, and tunnels carved beneath the city. Supplies are scarce, and every decision, who you help, who you betray, echoes back with consequences. Try playing this on Halloween night, and feel the tension.
Welcome to the revolution, tourist.
People like us, you must make the difficult decisions.
Are you sure you want to get caught in the middle of that mess, tourist? Wherever the tourist goes, death.
The beast inside pulls you into a clash of two timelines where fear never stays buried. In 1979, Adam Stevenson, a CIA cryptanalyst, moves with his pregnant wife Emma to a secluded inherited house, hoping for peace. Instead, he discovers a hidden diary belonging to Nicholas Hyde from 1864, a man scarred by years in an asylum whose nightmares bleed into the present. You switch between Adam and Nicholas, exploring decrepit rooms, solving cryptic codes, and uncovering secrets meant to stay hidden. Exploration feels tactile. Drawers creak, locks resist, and every puzzle ties back to Adam's cryptography work. Then terror strikes with stealth sequences, frantic escapes, and moments when a revolver becomes your only hope. Photogrammetry makes the visuals unnervingly real. Shadows fall sharp, footsteps echo in hollow halls, and silence itself feels hostile. Critics point out its heavy use of jump scares and familiar tropes, but the tension sinks deep and refuses to let go. On Halloween night, open that journal if you dare and see how long you can endure before the beast inside claims you. Cronos, the New Dawn, drops you into the ruins of a world torn apart by the change, where survival means fighting in both past and future. You play as the Traveler, an agent of the collective, tasked with harvesting essence and rewriting fate. The journey takes you across wastelands infested with orphans, twisted creatures born from humanity's collapse. Defeated bodies must be burned, or they merge into stronger monsters that stalk you without mercy. Exploration and combat demand resource management. Ammunition and healing items are scarce, forcing you to weigh every decision. Firearms and melee weapons carry weight, and every encounter pushes you to the edge. When time rifts open, you are pulled into 1980s Poland, where you rescue lives lost during the first wave of catastrophe, tying past trauma directly to the nightmare of the present. The world is steeped in brutalist concrete, retro-futuristic machines, and environments drenched in decay. Photoreal visuals and haunting sound design amplify dread, making silence feel hostile. Critics argue combat can feel conventional, but the intensity lies in constant tension. On Halloween night, step into Cronos if you dare, and face the truth that some horrors are not born of monsters, but of the choices humanity failed to make.
The steelworks. The outbreak. His mission. My awakening. I need to make sense of it all.
Pneumata is set in Clover Hill, a decaying apartment complex that feels more like a trap than a home. You play as David Hernandez, a detective searching for his missing wife Jamie, only to find yourself swallowed by something far darker than a simple case. The deeper you explore, the more the building seems alive. Lights flicker, doors slam, and echoes follow your every step. Supplies are scarce, forcing you to scavenge while grotesque creatures stalk the halls. Some are twisted abominations, others hide behind lifeless masks, each encounter pushing you closer to panic. There is no safety here. Corridors loop back on themselves, stairways collapse, and the sense of direction slips away until paranoia sets in. Notes, tapes, and blood-stained evidence reveal fragments of truth, but every discovery raises new questions about what is real and what is imagined. The fear doesn't only come from monsters, it hides in the silence, in the flicker of shadows that shift when you look away, in the weight of being watched, but never seeing by whom. Pneumata is not just a story of survival, it's a descent into madness. On Halloween night, with lights off and headphones on, it becomes an experience you may not escape unchanged.
Memories, they come and go as they please.
House of Ashes begins in Iraq, 2003, where a CIA officer, a squad of US Marines, and one Iraqi soldier find themselves pulled together by disaster. An earthquake cracks the desert floor, and they plunge into a buried Sumerian temple lost beneath the Zagros Mountains. What starts as a mission turns into a nightmare of survival against something ancient and hungry in the dark. You switch between 5 characters, each with their own history, loyalties, and fears. Choices matter. One wrong decision, one missed button press, and a character may be gone forever. The temple itself feels alive, heavy with shadows, dripping water, and statues that watch in silence. Light becomes your only ally, but even that fails when the creatures emerge. Twisted, fast, relentless. The tension builds not just from jump scares, but from mistrust. Can sworn enemies fight side by side when survival demands it? Can fragile alliances hold when death is only steps away? With cinematic visuals, branching paths, and constant dread, House of Ashes blurs the line between game and horror movie. On Halloween night, lights out and headphones on, every choice you make decides who walks away and who doesn't. Resident Evil HD Remaster is more than a game. It's a legend. This is the mansion that defines survival horror, rebuilt with sharper visuals and haunting atmosphere for a new generation. You play as Jill Valentine or Chris Redfield, STARS operatives sent to investigate brutal murders outside Raccoon City, only to find yourself trapped inside the Spencer mansion. Every hallway drips with tension. Every locked door hides something worse than what you've already faced. Shadows move, windows shatter, and the sound of groaning zombies echoes from rooms you prayed were empty. Ammo is precious, herbs are scarce, and every decision feels like it could be your last. The remaster makes the marble floors gleam, the flicker of candlelight sharper, but it keeps the same tight angles and slow, deliberate pacing that built the fear back in 1996. For many, this game is pure nostalgia, memories of playing late at night, lights off, daring yourself to open the next door. On Halloween, Resident Evil HD Remaster isn't just a horror game, it's a tradition, a reminder of where survival horror began and why we keep coming back to the mansion that never lets us leave.
Barry!
What is it?
Look out! It's a monster!
Let me take care of it! What the hell is this thing?
Resident Evil.
Luto is one of those psychological horror games that proves you don't need jump scares to stay awake at night. You're trapped inside a looping house, and every hallway feels familiar until it suddenly doesn't. The walls stretch, doors vanish, corridors twist in ways that make no sense. And, sometimes you swear you're walking in circles even though the place keeps changing around you. At its core, Luto is about grief and depression, and the way it blends those emotions into gameplay is unsettling. The house itself becomes a reflection of your fear. Living rooms that feel welcoming one second suddenly turn hostile the next, a single flickering light shifting comfort into terror. You can't fight back, you can't break free. All you can do is push forward, while the game slowly unravels your nerves. That's what makes it different. It isn't about surviving monsters, it's about surviving yourself. And when the real world outside is already heavy with shadows, this is the game you should play this on Halloween night.
What happens when everything starts to feel wrong? To seem fake? Like a trick?
Resident Evil 2 Remake isn't just a modern update, it's survival horror perfected. You step into the shoes of rookie cop Leon Kennedy and college student Claire Redfield on their first night in Raccoon City, only to find the town completely overrun with the undead. The RPD station becomes a labyrinth of fear. Every hallway is drenched in shadow. Every corner hides something waiting to lunge at you. What sets this remake apart is the sheer tension. Ammo is scarce. Inventory management is brutal, and when Mr. X starts hunting you, the sound of heavy footsteps alone is enough to freeze you in place. The visuals push realism to the limit. Blood glistens, zombies stagger with unsettling weight, and lighting makes every room feel claustrophobic. It's not just about cheap scares, it's about dread that builds with every door you open, every shot you waste, every second you wonder if you'll survive the night. Play this one in the dark on Halloween night, and you'll know true fear when those footsteps find you.
I'm not handing over anything!
You don't get away that easily.
The whole place is coming down.
Now, hand over the sample.
It'll be all over soon.
You don't know what you're up against. I have a pretty damn good idea.
Claire, get out. Get out now!
Trust me.
Alone in the Dark is often called the origin of survival horror, and stepping into the haunted Dorsetto mansion proves why. You play as Edward Carnby or Emily Hartwood, trapped inside a house that feels less like a building and more like a predator waiting in the dark. The creaking floorboards, the locked doors, the flicker of shadows, every detail builds tension. And sometimes you can't even tell if the sound you heard was in the game or somewhere behind you. That's the kind of atmosphere it creates. It isn't just about monsters, it's about the dread of exploring a place that twists your senses, forcing you to keep moving when every instinct tells you to run. The modern remake captures that perfectly, with updated visuals and performances that make the horror feel uncomfortably real. On Halloween night, when the world outside is already filled with shadows and whispers, wandering the halls of Dorsetto Mansion is the kind of terror you don't easily walk away from.
There must be something I can work with. Come on, Carnby, think.
Not everyone needs to be saved, Mr. Carnby. You should know that by now.
I did everything you wanted. What else can I do?
Today, the American Expeditionary Forces face considerable
John.
losses in France.
I think I've lost my head.
The brave men who
John.
the defenders not of just Europe,
I am sorry.
but the world.
I can't do this.
What's the matter, Emily?
Lies. More lies.
Spring! Wait!
Phasmophobia. You and up to 3 friends step in as ghost hunters, sneaking into haunted houses, abandoned schools, even creepy old asylums. Armed with EMF readers, spirit boxes, and cameras, your mission is simple. Gather proof of the supernatural and figure out what kind of ghost you're dealing with before it hunts you. Each ghost acts differently. Some mess with your head, some slam doors, and some pop up right when you least expect it. Stay too long in the dark and your sanity drops, making the ghost even more aggressive. Work together or split up. Someone can monitor from the van while the others dive deep into the danger. But beware, when the hunt begins, doors lock and you're trapped. Your only chance is to hide, stay quiet, and pray it doesn't find you. Close your door, turn off the lights, put on your headset, and crank the volume up so every whisper, every creak, and every step feels way too real. This is the perfect game to make your Halloween night terrifying. The Evil Within puts you in the shoes of Detective Sebastian Castellanos, who stumbles into a crime scene that quickly turns into a living nightmare. One second you're investigating a mass murder, the next you're trapped in a twisted world filled with brutal monsters, shifting hallways, and traps waiting to rip you apart. This isn't your average shooter. Ammo and health are scarce, and sometimes running or hiding is the only way to survive. Every encounter feels tense. Every corner could hold something waiting to strike. The game constantly plays with your mind, bending reality until you're not sure what's real anymore. The bosses are grotesque, the atmosphere is relentless, and the fear doesn't let up. If you want a horror game that gets under your skin and keeps your pulse racing long after you stop playing, this is it. Shut the door, raise the volume, then see if you can survive Halloween night inside The Evil Within.
God damn it!
Doctor?
crazy.
Will you be able to live with yourself knowing what I'm gonna make you do?
A Quiet Place, The Road Ahead, throws you into a post-apocalyptic world where making the slightest sound can get you killed. You play as Alex, a young woman living with asthma, which makes staying quiet even harder. Every step, every creak, even a shaky breath could give you away. This isn't just a game about hiding from monsters, it's about survival. You'll sneak through abandoned houses, search for supplies, and make impossible choices while monsters with super hearing stalk your every move. The scariest part? The game even listens through your mic, so if you make noise in real life, they'll hear you too. It's not only about fear though. The story digs into family, trauma, and what it means to fight for hope when the world's already gone. Sometimes the most powerful move isn't fighting back, it's staying still and holding your breath. Can you survive Halloween night with A Quiet Place, The Road Ahead? SOMA isn't about fighting monsters. It's about surviving a collapsing underwater station while questioning what's real. You play as Simon Jarrett, survived a car crash, got experimental brain scans, and when he wakes up, he's in Pathos 2, an underwater research station that's falling apart. Machines that act like humans, monsters that used to be people, and AI that doesn't always care what's right. You don't get a gun, you don't fight. You hide, run, solve puzzles, and try not to lose your mind. Every hallway, every dark room, every flicker of lights could be hiding something. The story gets heavy. What does it even mean to be human when your mind can be copied, your body replaced? When the line between alive and just existing starts to fade. It's creepy, it's philosophical, and it hits deeper than most horror. Forget haunted houses. This Halloween night, sink into the deep sea and see if you can keep your sanity inside SOMA.
I'm obviously hurt. Blacked out pretty bad. Can't remember how I got here.
What do you remember then?
I was in the pilot seat, dealing with some heat shields, and that's my last clear memory.
What the hell? How is this possible?
Are you human? Outlast throws you straight into Mount Massive Asylum, a rundown psychiatric hospital with way too many secrets. You're Miles Upshur, a reporter chasing a lead on shady experiments, and what you find inside is nothing short of a nightmare. You don't get weapons, you don't get powers. All you've got is your camcorder with night vision, and the courage to keep moving. Creepy whispers in dark hallways, inmates jumping out of nowhere, and that constant feeling that something's right behind you. It never lets up. The game isn't about fighting, it's about running, hiding, and praying you don't get caught. Every door you open, every shadow you pass pushes you closer to insanity. So this Halloween night, lock the door, kill the lights, throw on your headset, and see if you can make it through Outlast without losing your mind. The Last of Us is one of the best survival horror games ever made. You step into Joel's shoes, a hardened survivor living in a world 20 years after a deadly fungal outbreak brought humanity to its knees. Cities are abandoned and overgrown, people are desperate, and the infected are everywhere. Joel's mission starts simple: escort a young girl, Ellie, across the country. But Ellie isn't just any kid. She may be humanity's last hope. What follows is a brutal journey through collapsed towns, hostile survivors, and terrifying encounters with clickers whose sound alone can freeze you in place. The infected aren't your typical zombies either. The clickers, with their blind hunting and bone-chilling sounds, make every stealth section feel like a fight for your life. It's a story about survival, but it's also about connection, loss, and what it means to protect someone in a world that's already gone.
Once upon a time, I had somebody that I cared about. And in this world, that's good for one thing: get you killed.
Take care of myself.
How many close calls have we had?
I get into trouble down there. You make every shot count.
I got this.
Hope you know how to use that thing.
I've had some practice.
Dead Space 2 is a legendary survival horror game that set the bar for sci-fi terror. You're back as Isaac Clarke. After barely surviving the Ishimura, he wakes up 3 years later on the Sprawl, Saturn's massive space station, only to realize the nightmare's just getting started. The necromorphs? Meaner, faster, and way more brutal. The hallways feel tighter, the jump scares hit harder, and the sound design will crawl right under your skin. Every corner feels like it could be your last. What makes it unforgettable is how it blends action with pure dread. The plasma cutter is still iconic. The zero-gravity sections are jaw-dropping, and Isaac's battle with his own sanity hits just as hard as the monsters chasing him. It's not just survival, it's psychological horror at its finest. Dead Space 2 is perfect for Halloween night. Alien Isolation is one of the most terrifying survival horror games of this decade. You're Amanda Ripley, daughter of Ellen Ripley, and you get a lead that the flight recorder from your mother's ship was found aboard the Sevastopol station. You head there hoping for answers, but what you find is chaos. Sevastopol's a mess. Broken systems, panicked survivors, androids acting creepy, and one xenomorph that doesn't care how scared or stealthy you are. Guns won't save you. This thing hunts by noise and movement. Hide under tables, sneak through vents, use whatever you can find. Survival is about being quiet, smart, and terrified. The atmosphere is insane. Retro future tech, flickering lights, abandoned hallways. You feel alone, exposed, like every shadow might kill you. It's not just about running from the monster. It's about escaping your own fear. Play Alien Isolation and see if you can survive Halloween night in Sevastopol without losing your mind. Tormented Souls 2 is a throwback to classic survival horror done right. You're back as Caroline Walker, trying to move on after Wildberger Hospital. But when her sister Anna starts seeing terrifying visions, Caroline gets dragged into another nightmare. This time, The horror takes her deep into the Chilean mountains, inside Villa Hess, and a sinister clinic that hides way too many secrets. You'll wander abandoned schools, eerie convents, even a derelict mall. Every place crawling with twisted monsters. Combat feels brutal. Puzzles are clever. And the other side, lurking in shadows, will mess with your head. Enemies? Creepy. Bosses? Monstrous. And don't even get me started on what the other side, hiding in shadows, does to your head. Tormented Souls 2 releases on October 23rd, so you can play it right on Halloween night.
Especially you, little one. You are a very special girl.
Be at peace. There must be no violence.
Caroline, I'm scared.
Now stop struggling. You belong to us.
Please.
Resident Evil 7 might just be the best horror game of this century. Sure, there's Silent Hill 2 Remake out there, but this game redefined survival horror. You step into the shoes of Ethan Winters, an ordinary guy searching for his missing wife, Mia. The Baker family lives here, and they're not just hostile, they're sadistic, unpredictable, and practically unstoppable. Dinner with them is pure nightmare fuel, and every encounter pushes you closer to the edge. Unlike past Resident Evil games, this one's first person. The horror isn't just in the monsters, it's in the atmosphere. Flickering lights, doors creaking in the dark, muffled footsteps upstairs. You never feel safe. Ammo is scarce, health is fragile, and every fight feels like life or death. It's raw, it's personal, and it pulls you right into the madness. Play Resident Evil 7 on Halloween night with the lights off and your headset volume maxed out, and you'll feel the real nightmare mode of Resident Evil 7.
You saved my life and laid claim to my soul. In turn, I shall save your souls by claiming the life of your old self.
What's that? What is this place?
This way.
Better get going.
Halloween night becomes perfect when you dive into Silent Hill F. This next chapter in the series takes us to 1960s Japan, where you play as Hinako Shimizu, a high schooler in the quiet town of Ibisugaoka. But once the fog rolls in, that quiet town turns into pure nightmare fuel. You'll creep through abandoned streets, piece together twisted puzzles, and come face to face with monsters. It's got everything Silent Hill is known for. Creeping atmosphere, disturbing imagery, psychological horror. But now mixed with Japanese folklore that makes it feel fresh and terrifying. The soundtrack, the visuals, the storytelling, it all pulls you into a slow, creeping terror. The world is beautiful, yet horrifying, and the music sticks in your head long after the screen goes dark. Silent Hill F launches September 25th, 2025, so by Halloween night, you'll have the perfect horror game to turn your evening into the scariest one of your life. Silent Hill 2 Remake. No doubt this is a top-tier, 10 out of 10 horror game for me. You play as James Sunderland, a man who receives a letter from his wife Mary, even though she's been dead for years. The letter tells him she's waiting in Silent Hill, and that's where everything unravels. The remake makes those fog-drenched streets more alive and terrifying than ever. Every broken building, every echo in the mist, every flicker of light pulls you deeper into dread. With the new over-the-shoulder camera, the fear feels closer, more personal, and the monsters, still twisted reflections of James's guilt, look and move in ways that will haunt you long after you stop playing. It's not just a remake, it's a sharpened, modernized dive into one of the most unsettling stories in gaming history. Play Silent Hill 2 Remake on Halloween night, and I guarantee your Halloween will be the scariest night of your life.
I'll be good, I promise. Tell him I'll be good, please.